Check him out. He's Trenton's finest DJ. Rally.
Yo, y'all know how we open the show up every episode. I mean, it's your boy Just. We're here at Global Unlimited Podcast, here at our favorite spot, of course. I'm saying Howard Healthy Choices Community Cultural Community Center here at the Briggs Library, 1115 Greenwood Avenue, Trenton, New Jersey. You know how we get down. Of course, you know I got guests on the show as always. We got second, like two generation type thing going on. I'm saying, of course, you know, a man to the far right, you know, introduction.
What up, Trent?
I mean, activist, artist, community servant, coach. You know what I mean?
Everything you can think of.
Yeah, right. A man eat wigs. And then also have his son, his protege. I mean, I'll call him Junior because he is a junior, but we'll call him Keng with a K-E-N-G.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And my other one out there, still being hard-headed at the side. We're gonna
will him in. We're gonna will him in. You know what I mean? Definitely gonna will him in. So what's good, bro, man? It's been a minute. Matter of fact, last time I was just thinking about this. Last time we interviewed you, I think it was the first interview we had on the First Fam Radio.
Wow,
With
back
like,
over on Broad Street.
Yeah, that was almost 3 years ago. Yeah. I think he was down for that.
I wasn't around for that.
Yeah. So, I think we discussed that too on the show. A little
We
bit.
touched on it.
Touched
Yes,
on
we
it a little
did.
bit.
Yes, we did.
You know what I mean? And it was crazy. I'm not sure if this thing like, yo, like, I got a few people that repeat. You know what I mean? Come on once in a while, like my man James Graham. I'm saying, because he constantly doing the poetry joints.
Right.
You know I mean, I had a couple of people that came on a couple of times, but it's been a while, man. So, you know, like it's been 3 years. You know what I mean?
3 years?
3 years.
Like it's been
2016.
longer than that.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Time flies when you're having fun. Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. We're always having fun. I know I'm always trying to have fun. I know that.
Well,
Life is too short not to have fun, man.
and you know me, I'm constantly joking and playing around, even though the situation be dead serious.
Yeah, because we go back to when we first really started putting this music thing together in the city. Not for us, well, putting together our music movement in the city back in 2008, 2009.
Yeah.
So a little bit about 10 years plus actually.
Decade.
Yeah.
Decade.
That's a long time.
Yeah, I mean, you know, in and off the scene, not really wanting to be in the spotlight.
What was your forte?
You know, Trent has always been, as far as I'm concerned, not only the industrial place to be, but it's gotta hit hop Mecca right here.
Oh yeah. We always had a.
And you know, the ideal behind it is, with us, is to help be that interchangeable force where we can all work together and really show and reflect the best of what this city has to offer and get ready for it because it's coming.
Because, like I said, you start up. Well, I met you as an artist, of course, hip hop artist. Now I mean, writing rhymes and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I was kind of at the time. It was like you was with HBO, or was you working with? Because you knew Chill Gizzy too at the time.
No doubt. Shout out to my man Chill Gizzy. Shout out to my man P, Flaming Labs. And I still like, as far as I'm concerned, I still rocks with him, even though we don't have that intimate closeness no more.
Yeah.
I don't have relationships where I totally just like do away with people unless it's something that is not really conducive to a healthy relationship.
Right. Exactly.
And even with that, I just kind of, step back and, let it be what it be. But I'm never turning anybody off.
It was crazy because now shit is coming back to me. Now I mean, because boom, you was cool with Chill Gizzy. You was down with
You still chill.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You was down with HBO.
No doubt.
And then after that first showcase, a little beef jumped off.
I wouldn't
Between First Fam and because it will because it was sitting this records back and forth and everything.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
so how was you like that conflict? I mean, you like pretty much like in the middle of it. Like, was you?
It turned into a big misunderstanding. It was basically off of you know how I know this cat, and then that same person knows somebody else that's mutual to the other person. That's like that chain of communication. You say one thing to some person here, about time it get to the end, it's completely
It's
different.
different. Yeah, exactly.
So when it got back to the both respective parties, it was like it was really something when it wasn't nothing. You know what I mean?
which was it? Because I was there when this the whole situation. Well, they said that the reason for the whole situation was as far as the stage time. I mean, it was something about somebody going on stage took too long, and somebody didn't get on stage or whatever. And then the conversation escalated from there. You know what I mean? And, but the thing about it, I love though, I'm gonna tell you what beef is beef regardless, but the whole situation died out. You know what I'm saying, got squashed and everything, but it was kept on wax.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't no physical violence involved in it. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, one side put out this record, the other side put out this record. You know what I mean? And it's kind of crazy because at that point, I think it made both parties escalate to a whole nother level.
No doubt.
You know what I mean?
Definitely tell that the games was getting stepped up. It was like Venus and Serena and Wimbledon playing each other without being on a big mainstream stage. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Yeah, because like you said, not only yourself, but I was like torn between the two. That like, I have my own separate entity as well. You know what I mean? And I was working with HBO.
Right.
I working with Chill. You know what I'm saying? First Fam.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you get an earful on both sides. Like, man, like yo.
It's crazy that you brought that up because it kind of made me feel like with that recent. Well, I can't say it's only been more popular recently with the Clarence Avant. I'm kind of doing that work all the way back then.
Yeah,
relationships, networking, and just plugging people together, and then to see it. I'm not saying I'm Clarence Avant. I wish I was. You got crazy money, influence, and everything else. But it was a tug and pull. Man, I'm remembering now because like I even dropped a couple of bars, but that was again a direct situation, and that was dealt with and squashed. You know what I mean? And no matter what, you're gonna have issues where you have that conflict, and it ain't got to be violent conflict.
Nah, it ain't gotta be violent.
You can't have a healthy conversation and have the emotional maturity to deal with it. We're gonna continue having what we have in the city of Trenton. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that Wiggins Entertainment Group is striving to change the perception of hip hop artists, music, and then to help people develop into their respective profession.
Right.
Whatever medium that they do. Politics, entertainment.
You know,
we don't have all the answers, but we can help each other get to that, what they call it, that nexus.
It's all about building them relationships.
Yeah.
Speaking of relationships, what's going on, Junior?
What's up?
Because as you mentioned just now, our first interview with your dad, one of the first interviews I had with your dad when I started this media platform was about 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? We discussed at that time you had got caught up in something in a crazy situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But since then you did what you had to do. I mean, you mind explaining to the people like what happened and like. I mean, you gotta get into detail, but you know what I'm saying. Let them know just a little bit what's going on because you was a college. You was in college.
Yeah, I was in school. I was down Delaware State. Being young, I was with my older brother too, so we was just partying, having fun.
Mm-hmm.
So homecoming week came around. Got into a car accident where he was in the hospital for like 3 weeks, and I wasn't living on campus. I was living in an apartment with him.
Oh,
what I'm saying? He was paying the rent and all that, so he was like, come down there, I take care of the rent, you go to class, you do you. After that situation happened, that rent money wasn't there no more.
Right.
Schedule wasn't able to work with me working. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like conflicted. I was confused. I was stuck. I ended up sleeping on the floor in my man's room. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then after that, things just started going like downhill. It just started
Snowball
escalating. Yeah,
effect.
it started going real quick. And then, you know, I ain't gonna say like I was out there, but I was out there a little
One
bit. You
thing
know what I'm
leading to
saying?
another. Yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, getting phone calls like, yeah, man, this and that. I came back home, slipped up, got caught up, and sat down for a while. You know, just came home July 4th. That was what, January 2013. So I came home for a little bit after 2 years.
Right.
Finally popped bail. Was home for a little bit.
So you using locked up for 2 years.
2 years.
Then made bail.
Made bail December 2014. You know what I'm saying? I was home all the way until June 2nd, 2015. Then I went back in, and then I just came home July. You know what I'm saying? In that time frame, like, you know, my big mom at the time, like my girl at the time, she was pregnant. So my daughter was born while I was in jail. So like,
That's a hurtful feeling right there
so
alone.
I'm just trying to get, like, now that I'm being home, you know, working, too, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to, like, get that relationship back, you know what I'm saying? Like, FaceTime every day, chance I get stuff like that. But I'm just trying to get everything back together.
It takes a lot. You know what I'm saying? She's missing all that time. Like, you know, even though you was out the first 2 years, you came home for a little bit, but it's still, I mean, a lapse and everything. Then you had to go back in.
Right back in, yeah.
You know what I mean?
The same day I went back in was my older cousin's funeral, too, and she had just passed away. So, like, I was at her funeral. I was dressed up for her funeral, all white and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Straight to
Went straight to the
Straight to the
courthouse, and they threw me
courthouse,
right in
yeah.
the cuffs, and I ain't done for that.
Yeah.
That's a terrible feeling, bro.
Yeah. I'm saying, but, you know, you talking about the music is what actually, like, kept me going. You know what I'm saying? Like, as you mentioned, my dad was already in the music. So I remember, like, when I was little, I used to go down to the basement, you know what I'm saying? Like, we had the studio and all that, everybody down there. I'm sneaking down in my onesie with my footies on, you know what I'm saying? Sitting on the steps, looking through the, you know, banister, like, I'm trying to see what's going on. That was my first, like, introduction to music. That's why, like, later on down the line, like, people were like, yo, you got an old soul, because I used to listen to Red Man, you know, Wu-Tang, Big L, and all stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So music always been a part of me. Anything time I was going through something, like, I threw some music on. So when I was inside, I actually had, like, somebody in my room. Luckily, you know, it was one of my mans from Camden. His name B. He taught me how to write.
Okay.
After he taught me how to write, I just kept going with it and going with it and going with it. And then I ended up, like, finding my voice, finding my sound, finding out, you know, what I actually want to write about. You know what I'm saying? Then after that, I started telling people, like, you know, rapping for people and stuff like that. I ain't gonna lie, I was a little nervous at first, because, you know, anytime, like, you putting something out that's, like, creative as you know what I'm saying, you get nervous about it because you're protective of it, you know what I'm saying? So that's how it was.
Exactly.
So, you know, but people from outside, like the college programs, stuff like damn, like, you got it, you need to go home, mess with the music. So that's what I'm trying to do.
So
now.
you actually, besides the music, you did some other constructive things while you was in there too, far as go back to school and all that.
Yeah. I'm 4 classes short to get my associate's degree, liberal arts. I was in there, you know, working as a TA, helping the young dudes get their high school diplomas and all that.
You was like a mentor while you was in there?
And they thought I was older than what I was. I'm only 25. They thought I was like 30. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how I move. That's just how I carry myself and how I speak and stuff like that. And that's how I look at life. So, you know, they used to come down there and ask me about, hey, bro, like, I'm going through with my girl, or how can I do this? How can I do that? You know, I just sat there and talked with them. And, you know what I'm saying? So, even though I ain't know all the answers. And I was going through this. I was going through the same situation. But I couldn't, you know, they asked me, I'm going to try to help them as best I can because they felt like I knew what I was talking about. Yeah, so I just try to give them the best answer. I ain't lied to them or nothing. I ain't try to steer them wrong or nothing. I just gave them the best answer I possibly could.
That's what's up, though. I mean, making it out of that situation with a positive light. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of brothers, they go in, come back, you know what I mean, right back to the same old shit.
I know a lot of them too.
You know what I mean? And that's just the continuing cycle. I mean, that's
time.
And that's you know, going
Shout
to the
out
politics.
Tracy Side Facts too.
Yeah, Tracy Side Facts, Mr. Side Facts. He for the jail reform and bail reform and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because that cycle is vicious.
It's very
You know what I'm
vicious.
saying? Get in, come home, do the same shit, go right back again. You know what I mean? I know brothers my age, you know what I'm saying, in and out, like, bro, like, you too old for that. You know what I mean?
It get a little bit frustrating because like as for me right now, only being home for a little over a month,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was just working 2 jobs, but I had to drop one. I was running too much. My legs wasn't. It just wasn't. You know, my
You're
body.
25, bro.
Yeah, man,
I'm like a 3 job, man.
I ain't used my legs in some time, like, you know what I'm saying? So, but it just get a little bit discouraging because you come home and, like, as for me, I'm speaking on myself. You know, you want to have, being that I have a daughter, I want to have these things in place. You know, I want to have my own place. I want to have my own car. I want to, you know, do all the things like, you know, my mom's gonna help them out, whatever the case may be. And then, you know, you go to work 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. You come home with like $700, $800, and it's all gone.
It's all gone. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's
Then you
life.
look up, you like,
that's the growing up life.
yeah. But when you come from where you probably make
fast money,
$200 in a day, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That right there, you looking at it like, bro, it's not even. You try to like weigh your options, like, man, I can just do this real quick, low key, run my money up. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't got the people around you, you know, slip.
You're right. I mean, especially when you got the right people around you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Actually speak to you because, bro, you know, everybody. I ain't gonna say everybody. A lot of people think that way, man. Like, damn, I got these little connects. You know what I'm saying I can make a little bag real quick.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And keep it on the low. Like, if you're a naturally born hustler, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna find more ways, more than one way to make money. You know what I'm saying? More creative ways, exactly. Because we all go through that phase. Don't get it wrong. You know what I'm saying? When I was 18, I got caught up, you know what I'm saying, trying to live that fast life. You know what I'm saying? Seeing that money, how things came through, like, bro, I could get this like this, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I ain't built for jail, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I said I was never scared of anything, but just my freedom being taken away, you know what I'm saying, period. You know what I'm saying? It was enough for me to be like, listen, I ain't beat, man. You know what I'm saying? And being at the time a young black man, be like, I could find more than one way to make money. You know what I'm saying? I've been making money since I was 11 years old. You know what I mean? As a paper boy, you know what I mean? So I know how to hustle.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it's all about finding more ways, you know, to bring in more income without doing something negative or bringing negative harm to yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you might look at it like, that's $700. Damn, I only made $700 this week. That's before taxes. Right. Ain't nothing the tax man hits you, know what I mean? But
what was even more crazier out of all of that is at that same time, I'm working under the umbrella of the AG office with the Trenton Violence Reduction Strategy. We had the little satellite office over top of the Dunkin' Donuts right there in Broad Street. It used to be the Army Recruitment Center.
Right there on Broad and State Street, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like I'm working with individuals and their families, helping them like line up with resources to reduce that recidivism, revolving door aspect, and all of that stuff. And man, I can't even get my own man's out.
Yeah. I know. Now, how did that feel to you, man? Like I know it's stressful for one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But on an emotional level, it was like, God damn, I'm having these people, you know what I'm saying, do they got to do.
I'm gonna put it to you like,
do you feel stuck in a situation like that? I can't. Nothing like you could do.
It was a helpless feeling, but at the same time, when and I don't know how the world gonna feel about this. Actually, they shouldn't feel any kind of way. But when God sets you still for a minute, He's trying to get your attention because it's only two lanes in here. Either you here or you not.
Exactly.
So when He sets you still for a second, a lot of that stuff it has tie-in effects to everybody that you're involved with. So to me, it made me look at things like, okay, that's going on, but we still got to go on.
Yeah.
How do we do that? Me personally, man, it just made me go even harder, which kind of came up. One of the initiatives I'm working with, Felina Reynolds Jackson, I got to make an appointment to see you. It's called
IMAP. Dropping plugs.
It's called IMAP. It's Independent Inmate Medical Advocacy Policy and Procedure.
I like IMAP better.
Okay, that's all good. That's the drawn out version for it. You know, because everything it's got to have that
acronyms.
Yeah.
So what is that program for?
It's basically because, like you're saying, having that support system outside of the correctional facilities, you really don't know what's going on unless you physically on the inside.
Right.
So when he was incarcerated, it felt like I was locked up. We all felt like we was locked up. His mom, his sister, his other brother. You know what I'm saying? We felt like we was locked up too because every visit it was like stripped down. Not necessarily, but you got to give up everything in order to go in and still be treated.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit of smidgen of humanity. But other than that, it's like, man, you go in the bathroom, man, water ain't working. Like, okay, if this is like this for us as visitors,
that's how it is behind them gates.
right? So it was a situation. You had a little rash or something.
No, I had a fungal infection.
You feel me? Off of the water from the shower system. So he actually had to give me permission to speak to the medical professionals for the institution, things like that. And then the back and forth was like not being anal about it, but when you know there's a standard, and then when they tell you to go and look at the rules and regulations, and it's written in their words, and then, okay, let's get to it. So I wasn't getting the right answers. All right, how can I go about this? Let me go talk to, actually, the first person I talked to was my advisor. Shout out to Alvin Haywood, Mercer County Community College.
The plug again.
It's another plug. I'm plugging. That's how I do.
Flex bomb, he do one.
Yeah, right.
That's how we do. But I ended up getting hold to, at the time, she's the state treasurer now, Miss Elizabeth Moyer.
Oh, you spoke about her before,
She was the assemblywoman at the time, and being a member of Fathers of Men United, one of the brothers that I had with me, we went and had a sit down with them, and we began the conversation on how we can get at that table with the different directors of corrections, things of that nature.
Right.
So that, and because in case you don't know, there is a public seat on that New Jersey Judicial Register. I'm kind of sketchy with the details right now, but in every capacity there are public seats available.
And because it's a public, it's a public.
You have to have a public input on policies and things of that nature.
Because it is a state rank,
yeah. So long story short, it's still in the working phases because once administrations change, people change, relationships change,
different ideas, different thoughts,
all that
shit. Yeah.
I don't want to go too heavy into it, but it's just another avenue where we got people already in place in politics that are freeholders, Congress people, things of that nature. The only difference is politics is just
politics. That's all the fuck it is.
Not only that, you play politics too. So.
Yeah, because I mean, if you're not actively doing anything, politics is nothing but a bunch of conversation.
Big time.
I mean, and it's the people that makes the motherfuckers work. Because we don't force anything or speak up about anything. They just sit behind the desk and collect the check.
And that's 9 times what happens. I mean, you could look at city right now, like gentrification. If you don't know what that means, look it up. You got everybody from Lakewood and beyond coming in, buying up properties, sending the rent sky high, doing minimum work to make sure that environment stays habitable.
Right, not habitable, but also under the line of poverty.
So to continue the red line.
Yeah, and then they run out to different state agencies that pay their rent. They don't care how the property looks because they're getting a check regardless. You know what I mean?
So we're more than just a music group. We care in more ways than one.
Yeah, like I said, you've been doing this from day one since I met you. You know what I mean? It's been this type of movement. You know what I mean? Real quick though, we got this going on this coming Saturday, Community Day. Is the Fathers and Men's United for Better Trenton. I know a couple of brothers from this group besides yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Rough around the edges, but the hearts is pure.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And this is the 13th annual event.
14th, bro.
It says 13th.
Yeah. It say 13th.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like years ahead of my time. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's always a wonderful event where we go out to Cowwood Park, 12 and 7, cook all the hot dogs and hamburgers we got, give it away.
Yeah, just cooking meat, ain't no fish, anything. I don't eat the other stuff.
There's gonna be some stuff on the side. I ain't supposed to, reveal that. But
so I'm coming straight to you when I come down this Saturday. I'm coming straight to you for the other stuff.
You get that.
Everybody's like, yeah, I'm coming straight to you too.
Yeah, hey, you just put it on blast.
Yeah, I just put it on blast. But see, like I said, because they eat the other stuff. I don't.
I got you.
Nah, I mean, so
I
they
got
want
you.
the hot dog hamburgers. It's out there, plenty of that.
Yeah.
So I tell my son that, so like, don't eat my shit because you eat everything else. Leave my shit alone. So like, this Saturday, what time it start on Saturday?
11 to 7. 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
They say 11 to 7, but more likely 12 to 7.
12 to 7.
That first hour is just trying to get everybody in, vendors set up, make sure sound. Oh, this year we looking. You're gonna catch this cat live. So you know if you're in the area, come Capitol Park, catch
You're
him
gonna be
live.
performing live because they got a whole roster of artists coming through on Saturday performing.
Major shout out to you because you threw out the net and it's all good, man.
Listen, man, you hit me up. You say, bro, I need a favor. I got you.
Tired though, I'm coming straight from work.
Bro, listen. That's part of the game, man.
A little bit tired,
That's part
man.
Listen, bro. I see people come in for shows I've done over the years. I see people come straight from whatever they're doing, straight get on that stage like it was nothing.
Yeah.
And then after they get off the stage, go to back to where and pass the hell out.
Mm-hmm.
But they say
encore.
You know what I mean? But that's part of. I mean, that's something you gotta get used to.
That's gonna be a long day.
And I mean, I seen artists go from one town to the next town in the same night doing shows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm talking about from New York to Cali. You know, like I didn't say Cali, that's a long flight. But like from New York to Philly in the same night. You know what I mean, that's an hour to 2 hour drive. I mean, get on stage for a half hour, 45 minutes, and then turn around, go to another city, and do it again. You know what I mean?
My nephew TJ Bake on the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
DJ Say What? Family.
So besides yourself, King, who else is going to be on this roster for Saturday? As far as the entertainment side goes, yeah.
I know we got some good brothers from the Macedonian Church, and that's just the thing. We got a good mashup.
It's not just gonna be all hip hop or rap and nothing like that. It's gonna be
entertainment in
Right.
itself.
Yeah.
Poetry, of course.
Poetry, church, spoken word, hip hop, R&B. We got the one sister that's coming out. She's gonna do a couple cover songs. So you got a drill team, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, we got to touch base with the Double Dutch Queen from when we did the. Yeah,
you know he's talking off the camera to his wife, so just let y'all know that.
It's all good. It's all. See, that's what happens. I try to stay in the moment. But yeah, it's gonna be a nice lineup.
Then she just made a notation that he's kind of loony, but
Hey, crazy is what get it done, man. I don't care what nobody say. That's just like with anything. You want something out somebody, do something, make it. You did.
I ain't messing with you. What other events like the entertainment or the food, like bouncy houses or anything for the kids? Like
bags,
I know it was definitely book bag
book
giveaway.
bags, definitely. This year too, we incorporating. Hopefully, it's supposed to be pretty hot, so we're looking at having the water inflatable slide out there as well.
Okay, yeah, it's supposed to be warm this weekend. So
yeah, we have different vendors come in, free funnel cake, other
free funnel
vendors.
cake?
Well, when the brother comes out, he don't charge.
All right.
So he just does it.
He don't like that's part of him donating to the community and everything. So
when you look at community, common unity, what do we really have involved with each other? We really care about the town and things like that. Money won't be the real principle for doing anything.
No,
It's
never
there.
never is.
So
We learned that over the years. Like, how many times, countless times, we donated our services to somebody or someone. I mean, to do something positive. Like, and it's nothing but a thing to me. You know what I mean? As long as like I said, as long as it makes sense and it fits in my schedule, I'm there.
Oh, I'm sitting here holding this, man. I ain't Jay-Z or nothing like that, but you gotta rock this, fella.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? Y'all get that. You see that? Shout out to my man, Hard Work Art, Steve.
Our artwork, yeah, you got to store up there on the joint.
Him and Mr. Coleman, they iconic for they wears and tears.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, you see that?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
We
your
should
boys,
keep
for
every
all
noise
those who
grounded.
don't, you know what I mean, I get gifts on it. Appreciate it, though. I'll definitely rock this. I mean,
but it's Keng keeping every noise grounded.
Yeah.
That's that's what the music is coming on. That's who I am. In order for me to be King, I got to keep every noise grounded. Because
I like that slogan.
Because anytime you start something new, you always got people that's gonna tell you like, yo, you not good, you can't do it, There's too many more people doing it. So it's like, and that's how it was, and that's how the name came along.
Listen, man, I could relate.
Mm-hmm.
You all can relate because starting any new platform is going to be a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And you just got to be persistent. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta be a little bit selfish.
Got to be a little bit selfish.
Yeah.
Sometimes got to be a lot of selfish because
Yeah.
if it's not going to benefit what you're doing, you know, I mean, because a lot of people come to me all the time like, just I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, but that's not going to work for me.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not coming to me, you're going to make it make sense. I got too much other stuff going on. What I want, you know what I'm saying, sidetrack what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying, to build something that you're doing that don't make no sense.
Exactly.
You know, but as far as I know we jumping the gun. I know we all over the place, but we got some time. We here for an hour or so. You know what I mean?
Chilling in the
Yeah.
living room
So we'll come back to this. So let y'all know some more about that. To the label though, to the Keng Records. That's Keng. Just to let y'all know. You know what I mean? What are your aspects of it? I'm saying, what are you doing right now? Like, what stage of the label is it at now? What you doing with it, and what's your aspects of it in the future?
It's extremely early on. You know what I'm saying? You real early in. But as far as like, I'm on some Nipsey Hussle. Like if I'm doing music or anything that's entertainment, I'm not trying to get my money or nothing else to nobody else. You know what I'm saying? I want my money for me and for my family. You know what I'm saying? So if I bring you along with me, you know what I'm saying, that and you sign to the label, I wanted to be able to give you your own stuff too. So you know what I'm saying? Like, because you at the end of the day, we all doing this for a common goal. We trying to take care of ourselves, of our families, our kids, our moms, our grandma, whatever the case may be.
Right.
So it's not just me just making all the money, being some billionaire, whatever the case may be, and just like living on a yacht somewhere. Now it's really like me trying to help you, because at the end of the day, I had a lot of people that's helping me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not doing it just for me, and I know you're not doing it just for you. So that's just pretty much what it is, and that's the reason why my music is more so reflected on just not just an image. It's my lifestyle.
Right.
It's my emotions. It's how I feel. It's things I see. It's things I've been through. You know what I'm saying? And
You got a story to tell.
Yeah, I want authenticity. You know what I'm saying? I want you to, when you making your music, I don't want you to just go in there putting on a persona because that's what everybody else doing, and you saying it's working for everybody else. I want you to come as you.
Because that shit don't last long.
Exactly.
For one, and then on top of that,
you can see people who really faking.
Yeah, because you go to the wrong city, the wrong state, well, you getting checked.
Exactly.
So
don't we know that?
So you're first artist, the only artist right now on the label.
Yeah, we got some potential, but I just want to make sure everything is like
set in stone before.
Yeah.
Your mom said she an artist too. Let me find out she's writing in the back. Goes writing for you in the back.
Possibly, you never know. Oh, FYI, too, these shirts is for sale too, because all avenues of revenue, $15 a pop. You know, well, $10. You just got a $5 discount for the Keng himself. Our proceeds is going towards the multiple initiatives that we're speaking on, and some that we haven't even released yet. So it ain't like he said, we ain't trying to get rich. You know, not saying we want to reject the money, but
we ain't just trying to hold it all to ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
We definitely want to spread it around. Definitely want to help our community. That's one thing.
No, that's what's up, though. I can definitely understand that.
One thing I want to do in the future when I had the ability to do it is I want to do a scholarship. Because, you know, one of the first things they take out of schools is the art and music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
especially at the public schools anyway.
So and there's a lot of kids that like draw, sing, act, dance, whatever the case may be. And I want to be able to like, you know, help you get a scholarship or help you be able to just go to a school program and it's funded for you so you can, you know, get that extra learning so you can have that leg up when it's time for you, you know, to take off. You know what I'm saying? So
before you got to hip hop and music and stuff, what was your major in school?
When I was in Delaware, it was accounting. I was actually going to change it to go. I was going to stay in business, so possibly like finance and something like that. Because I was actually thinking about getting on the stock market floor.
Yeah,
that's what the big money is.
That's the big money. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that money's like drug money. It comes and it goes.
Yeah,
fast.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah. Well, all right, but you're lining yourself up in the business aspect regardless. That's what you line yourself up for. You know what I mean? That's crazy. I wanted to be an accountant when I was younger too.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I was going to be an accountant because my older brother was an accountant, and I ain't know nothing else. Because I didn't really see myself going to college. To be honest with you, like I knew I was gonna graduate high school. It was easy. You just go to class, you show up, you do the work, take your test.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, basically that's what it is.
If you pay attention, I'm saying they're giving you the answer. If you paying attention, it's right there for you.
Right.
But if you're not, you know what I'm saying? So I knew I was gonna graduate. I ain't no dummy. I'm smart. You know what I'm saying? I can sleep through class and then wake up and take the test and I get a B. I ain't gonna say I see or something like that. I ain't gonna say I'm getting like A's and nothing like that.
Yeah. Especially not sleeping through class.
Yeah, nah, but I didn't really see myself going to college. Like I said I was gonna do it in ninth grade, my freshman year of high school. But when it started really like, people in like sophomore, junior year, they started getting prepared for it. Like I was just not prepared for it. So when I did get down there, I did the work and I went to class. I'm saying,
anybody's gonna call me right now. Nah, so somebody else, people calling me, say ain't gonna be no nobody I know because they see I'm live right now, so it must be a telemarketer, motherfucker.
Nah, yeah. So I'm saying when I did get down there, I did the class and everything, but me personally, I wasn't ready for it anyway. You know what I'm saying? And college is not for everybody.
No, it's not.
It's not for everybody.
You say that because my oldest son, he's on his way to Rutgers. But my youngest son already stays like, I ain't going to college, Dad. Like, I'm gonna start my own business. Dad. I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Which is dope too.
It's definitely not for everybody.
That was something I posted recently where we all vibrate differently, but we can maintain the frequency. And for whatever that's worth, man, that's just the lifestyle mindset that we not should have, but we must maintain practice in it because you get stuff thrown at you from all different angles every day, all day in certain capacities, and then you really got to manage family. Like,
oh yeah, that's that, and that part comes first and foremost because you don't have if your personal life is in some type of order, you know what I'm saying, your business life gonna be just as roughly at the same time.
Going out of order.
So you got to take care of that family life, that personal life first. So are y'all the record label itself? Is you the CEO? Are y'all partners on the record label or the entertainment company? How's that working?
That's CEO. I'm just the that parent peeking behind the curtain and making sure everything cool. Like, I mean, it's a blessing in itself to be able to work with my son.
Right.
A lot of that you don't see nowadays. Just talking, black men talking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And even if you, and some people like afraid to like be around their parents. You know what I'm saying? Like I love being around my parents. You know what I mean? Especially my mom. She over there making her faces right now because sometimes she
Yeah.
But nah, like sitting down with me and my dad, we didn't talk about a lot of things. And I remember like probably like a week ago, I'm like, man, I'm starting to talk like you. Cause I'm using the same like method, the way he speak about certain things. I'm starting to use it on my own. But just like I enjoy it. He told me a long time ago, even though you out of school, you always learning every day. And I actually like paid attention and stuff like that. I'm like, damn, I just learned something new. And I always say that if I learn something new, I'm like, what? Learn something new today. You know what I'm saying? If I hit and I probably like write it down or commit it to memory and it come up later on and I say it to somebody else. You're like, damn. Man, what you was doing in jail? Everybody make mistakes.
Even when we would go on visits, like, what you doing in here? Hey.
Well,
the devil ain't got no discernment.
In that situation, you have one or two choices, pretty much. I'm saying you want to do something positive and constructive, or you're gonna just go with the flow where everybody else doing. I mean, you get caught up in other shit because I know it's just as easy to get caught up in jail as it is on the streets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though you confined, it's still a community, some form of community inside those walls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's the thing. Like you just got to know how to navigate. And if you being true and honest with yourself, you know what I'm saying, you can navigate away from a lot of those issues.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was inside. I had a little issues inside, but I ended up learning how to like move correctly. You know what I'm saying? Because when you first come in, you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah,
you're just trying to like fight, whatever, to just keep everybody off. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, then of course you got like outside stuff that you had going on before, whatever the case may be. But if you stay true and authentic to yourself, people just gonna look at you like, Oh no, man, we ain't worried about him. Like that's just who he is. He just chilling. He ain't worried about nobody else. He ain't got nothing to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of people go inside and start faking, pretending to be who they are, get into a situation every single day.
That,
Jail bid is just hard for you. You know what I'm saying? And people think just being themselves and being regular is corny. They think they got to be tough. They think they got to be the gangster. You know what I'm saying? They think they
I'm
gotta be
pretty sure like, a lot of old heads told you that too while he was in there. Like,
oh yeah,
bro,
that's all I was around. I was all around all the older dudes, all the older dudes. And that's why it's like a lot of people say, oh, you got an old soul. And that's why I gravitated to like, and I'm talking about people that was doing time, like time.
So where'd you at though? You know, some nosy shit, really. Like,
huh?
They just be on some real nosy shit. What was that?
I was just in Garden State.
Garden State, okay.
Yeah, I was in Garden State. Before that, obviously, you know, the county,
yeah,
the workhouse. But
yeah, that shit sucked. The workhouse ain't the same. Definitely ain't the same. I mean, like I said, I did my little situations. You know what I'm saying? I locked up a couple of times and shit. And everything because the workhouse is so different now. Like we used to be able to go out for rec. I mean, we used to be able to go to the mess hall. Yeah, we was able to smoke.
Yeah, anything
comes
to you.
Nah, yeah, we ain't leaving off that tier.
And I remember when I was first coming in too. I mean, they was like, where you going? I'm like, I don't know. He said B-pop. I'm like, what? You going B-pop? Oh, that's what killers at. I'm like, gate them. Nah, hell no. I look, and at the time I had a quarter friend in there and we went in together. You know what I'm saying? We was real fly. So we looked at each other like, look, we coming in here together, we gonna leave out together. You know what I'm saying? So but you got over there and you was just around certain people. You just, you just figure out who you are and like they rock with you, they rock with you. They don't.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm seeing, people tell their story all the time. You know what I'm saying? The situation they've been through. Like, how's it going through that process trying to rebuild your life? Because you lost 5-6 years. You know what I'm saying? From a young man, you know what I'm saying, late teens, and now you're in your mid-20s. I mean, I know you probably was always about the technology and all that, but you lost a lot of that time, man. Like, how does it feel trying to rebuild all that, get all that back?
I'm saying, as for me, it was get yourself prepared mentally first. I'm saying, get myself prepared mentally before, so when I do leave out, I'm not like trying to catch up. Mm-hmm. Like that, me being on bail actually helped me out for coming out now because when I was home that first time, I was like, damn, I missed this song, I missed that, I missed this. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to catch up to everything. And then I'm just like, you know what? I'm not going to never catch up because you trying to catch up to old stuff. You got new stuff coming out. So I'm like, you know what? This time coming around, I'm not going to try to catch up to nothing, even though inside, we had a little JPay. So I was up on music. Stuff like that, entertainment and stuff like that. I was up on it, but trying to like chase old things that came and went.
All the trends and all that stuff.
Yeah, I just like let it be where it's at. It passed already. I'm just going to go from where I'm at now and just continue on the move. Of course, it's, sometimes I'm like, what? What are you talking about? What is that? You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it's just I just try to like.
The dummy movie's like, I don't know what that shit is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. But then at the same time, it's just like now people just like copying what I do, what I'm saying.
Right.
Copying all of my little saying stuff like that.
Yo, y'all ever play what was that card? I know y'all may play mad card games.
Yeah,
spades, tonk,
heavy chess.
Yeah, chess. I know chess is real heavy. Chess. This is one card game. I forgot the name of it though. We used to play all the time. It come back to me, but I lost my train of thought. This that quick. They got me reminiscing this shit. Flashbacking.
Rock CL Smooth.
Yeah, remember this. You know what I mean? So we was talking about the label, the record company. You know what I'm saying? You want to call it a label or the record company? Like, how would you? Because people got different labels for things. You know what I'm saying? A record label, you think of that old fashioned way of doing things. You know what I'm saying? So would you call your company a record company? How you trying to? What's your format for it, man? Like, I know you said that you want to be as far as independent with everything. You know what I'm saying you setting up any type of distribution. Is it all digital? Is it physical? Is it both? You know what I'm saying? Are you looking at new things in the future? Like I've seen, not only because CDs is starting to fade out. Yeah. You know what I mean, there's a lot of streaming. I see people doing pressing up flash drives now. I even seen some new stuff on Facebook where actually like a business card with a little USB port on the end of it.
We was talking about that.
You know what I'm saying?
You said that, man.
So
I'm like, we have all these ideas, the same things you talking about. You mentioned like we haven't really like I said, it's so early on. You got so much going on. We trying to figure out how to actually put this thing together and make it legal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
So
Paperwork. And of
So-
course that comes from the old man.
Yeah.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So we trying to do all of that stuff, and like we trying to figure out. We just going as we building as we go a little bit.
Right.
But as far as like
without giving away too much.
yeah, as far as like the label, like you said, the CDs and all that is going out. Like I know that we in the social media world. You know what I'm saying? So it's more so going to be online,
Right.
More digital than anything, because not a lot of people are even buying actual. They want to stream it.
So the streaming. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
That microwave age has sped things up so fast that, they always say, you better strike while the iron is hot. Nah, it's the striking that makes the iron hot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just trying to keep a good, some kind of touch on evolution as the things go, the ebb and flow, and, what people gravitate to, man, speaking of that, if we actually supported each other like cats was lined up for this Popeye sandwich, you know what I mean? If we took one initiative and blew that out the stratosphere, like I'm remembering on how it was like heavy when they wanted us to vote. You would have Rock the
About the vote and all that.
and
Yeah.
Clinton got elected. Like nowadays, and after you get the situation tainted at this top level, and you constantly got that kind of buffoonery going on, the people under it is looking at it like, why would I even want to participate in it if you're going to manipulate it to your own liking?
Yeah,
and
and
benefit, you know what I'm saying? So
pretty much destroy it and drag
I
it
say
down.
this, regardless of how dysfunctional, we still do it. Because if we don't, it gets that much more worse. So yeah, we definitely got some spiritual background, some spiritual grounding.
Right.
That is necessary. I don't care who you are. You in the car and that car lose a tire, the brakes don't work. What's the first thing come out your mouth?
oh Jesus,
Oh God, and that's it's just it's so real right now. Yet it's so simple. You know what I mean? Maya Angelou, what she say? People may forget what you did, they may forget what you said, but they'll never forget how you made them feel.
Right.
And we feeling people. We all are feeling people. Even the hardest hard rock out there, he got feelings too. Tupac. I don't even know how to really wrap it all up in a little short time that we have, but we waste too much time chasing stuff that don't benefit us.
Pretty much.
And
Pretty
when
much.
I say that,
especially as a black community
exactly.
as a whole, you know what I'm saying? So
like we got so much power, man. It's unbelievable. Yeah, it's unlimited. I mean, you look at the history books, all of the different instances of Black Wall Street. What happened with that? Because we just start separating. Guess what? We gotta get rid of that because they're gonna become a problem. No, we've never been. You never seen black people mass shooting or blowing up stuff and all kinds of that kind of. Even in the height of chaos, we still trying to figure a way out to make stuff work.
Yeah, most definitely.
It's crazy, but it's also, people say I look mean all the time. I'm not mean, people. I'm hurt. I'm looking at this stuff and I'm seeing like. Man, all of this gifted greatness and everything, walking past each other. Sometimes you speak to people. I had an incident where I thought I knew a brother and I spoke to him. And I'm like, okay, you're not him, my bad. And being that he was with other cats, I guess that he knew, it almost went into something. And I'm like, bro, it's not even like that. I just thought you was somebody I knew. Like, I ain't trying to,
He's trying to.
Marvin Gaye, what's going on?
Yeah. And it's crazy because that's the issue with our people. You know what I'm saying? That ego, that persona. I mean, I got to be a tough guy.
Yeah.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy because in this society, being yourself isn't cool. Like man, it's more about, it has to be more about originality. You know what I'm saying? Bringing something to the table that's different. I mean, instead of repeating the same shit that's already out there.
So.
I mean,
it's way easier.
Yeah,
that's what's unique about our music. It was crazy. I can remember the phone call. He's like, "Dad, I'm gonna bring you out of retirement." I'm like, tired. What are you talking about? He starts spitting stuff over the phone. All right, you hit me with a concept. I go right to the phone or the laptop, get on the MPC.
$5.
What this sound like, you know? And we haven't even really gotten to the notebooks and nothing like that. We've just been going off of the flow of everyday life, like not going too far off the beaten path, but still moving in a sense.
I got books.
Books.
I got
books.
Just haven't touched them yet. I just haven't found the sound to put them to.
Yeah.
Those came with a lot of emotion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the time I was writing, I dated every one of them, so I know exactly where I was at. Obviously, I know where I was at. But I know
you were going through emotions
I
that
know
day.
what
Yeah.
mindset. I knew I was watching. I knew everything, what time it was. I knew all of that.
Holla at you too,
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I haven't gotten to it yet, you know. So everything that I've recorded since I've been home, I think it was probably like 6, 7 songs since I've been home.
Yeah.
It's just been everything, just like I hear it, right to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what you got going on for Saturday? What you performing on this coming Saturday? Something.
Yeah, I'm gonna do. I got a couple of them, but I know for sure I'm gonna do Never Knew. I'm gonna do that one. That was actually I just read that one about about my girl. Like it was like a little situation we got going on. Not with us.
Written and produced.
But it was.
Say that.
Yeah, written and produced. But it was just something like emotional.
Right.
Something real. You know what I'm saying? So it was just. I think I came in the house like. I ain't gonna say what time I came in the house.
Don't tell her yourself, bro. Don't tell her yourself.
I came in the house like at 9.
You feel like you came in the house at nighttime.
Yeah, but he was up, and I'm like, I went in the room real quick and I came back out. I'm like, yo, how you use this? The NPC. Like you do this, left. Then I sent it to actually before he left, I finished it before he left, sent it to my phone. And then I went out on the porch, smoked me a little black, put the headphones in and just was writing. Went inside, recorded what I had, went back outside, went back inside, recorded everything else I had, and just left it up. So when you came home, you could master it and, do his touch-ups and all that. And that was...
He busted me upside the head with that. Like, he grasped it just like that because I had those same... some concerns like will he be able to really deal with this kind of technology? It's almost like he didn't lose a step.
Well,
I showed him one time.
I mean, even though you did lose that time, I'm saying that's your generation anyway, though.
Yeah, computers and all
that. That's
us.
You know what I mean? Like I ain't saying we catching up, but we still adapting. You know what I'm saying, to the change because we come from an era where we still getting mixtapes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That would take this set, pause, record.
Yo, when we first started doing exactly. Yeah, I mean that's how we was recording the double joint, the Sony box of the double joint, record, put it late, I mean,
I remember that.
See, look, he's talking about you remember that.
Nah, man, I'm telling you, so many times I was sneaking down in the basement.
No, I know you remember that, but you didn't.
I wasn't a part of it. I was too young.
Yeah.
Too young, but I remember.
Which is good that to remember because you always look back on. I'm saying like where we are now. I'm like, damn, this is how shit was then. And so now everything boom, touch a button on the tablet.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying whatever.
That's just even like with the game systems. Like,
yeah,
and you look at that. I remember blowing in the
memory card. Yeah, the Nintendo.
Now you wave at the screen and you got virtual goggles.
It became fun.
Listen, man. Yeah, I mean, when I was younger, I used to play them games heavy. Now I can't even get into none of them. Like, I don't touch none of them.
Wow. I still got an old console with Ring King and
Listen, I played my son in one of the NBA games a couple of years ago. Yeah, probably a few years ago. I beat him. I beat him, right? Ain't pay him since. So you gotta beat nah, nigga, I won the title.
One and done.
I won the title. Like, nah, I'm good. He did it all day long. Like, nah, I'm not messing with you, man. Go over there, this will blow me out. Nah, I'm good. I won my game. I'm good.
Got mine.
Mascots into the team dunking on you and all kinds of
stuff.
Really?
Nah, I ain't be for all that, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, father-son combination. You know what I'm saying? You had a couple in the industry, you know what I mean, like Jacksons, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
right now in the city, you got my man Don Black
and
his son doing
Tyron Fly, yeah.
Shout out to
definitely Don. Matter of fact, Don Black his birthday was recently, so happy birthday to Don Black.
Yeah, happy born day, bro.
You know what I mean? You feel any pressure from? I mean, as far as like you know, like, your dad been in his industry, you know, what I'm saying, his thing. I mean,
I say no because me and my sister, we a year apart.
mm-hmm.
So, all throughout school, she was always the brainiac. You know what I'm saying? So I had all her teachers after her. So, they looking at me like, is you gonna be the same way as your sister? I'm like, nah, I was nowhere near. So it's just like I just was always just being me. So like that's how it's just always been me. Like I don't feel the pressure.
Shout out
I'm just
Dom at the Keng Law.
yeah, she's actually in law school, so I can't compete with that.
Yeah.
I can't compete with that. Nah,
So they kind of
she on a different level.
Following them same same ram and everything.
I know where I stand. You know what I'm saying? I know where I stand. High school was where it was at. You know what I'm saying? I was cool. But I don't feel the pressure. I just, because I feel I don't really know how to put it. It's just, I just listen to my own voice most of the time. I ain't gonna lie and pretend like I don't hear anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Because I do pay attention to what everybody else say.
Yeah.
But I listen to me more.
Yeah, in that healthy environment.
Yeah, listen to me more.
I think that above all else is something that I can say. Just trying to maintain and regardless of what outside perception look like or whatever, you don't know the ingredients it takes to cook up this kind of dish.
Have you dug up in his old music?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I found his old books, all that, plenty of times.
Some of that stuff is relevant right now.
Yeah. I mean,
you also had. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna cut you off. You also had of your time, though, bro. And some stuff you was talking about back then, 08. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, wasn't on that shit.
Still making music now, so
yeah.
He just ain't gonna talk about it.
Ain't gonna talk about it. He always was secretive too. Like, I'm like, what's going on? Listen, I got you, Just. I'm gonna, you know what I mean? When get everything done, I'm like, listen, what? Listen, those that know, you know, like.
I ain't gonna lie, he'd call me, like, I just cooked up some shit today. Got some. Like, this first one, I'm gonna keep it. The other one, you can have it.
You like, let me hear it. Like, nah, you gotta come over here. I can't give you over the phone.
You gotta go through Area 51 clearance.
Man, you gotta pay attention to what I just said. I'm like, nah, I got you. I'm with you. I'm here. I'm hearing you.
That's what's up. But like I said, starting from the ground up, starting with the paperwork and all that, make sure everything is all in order is the way to do it. Because a lot of artists don't have that. They don't do that. Like I said, they just go in there and make music and put it out there. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, it's not the way to do it. I mean, my book. You know what I'm saying, I understand that you want to record, you want to get it out there, you know what I'm saying, express yourself. But if you in this to make something out of it, you know what I'm saying, take it to another level, you have to do your due diligence and do the business side of it. Hell yeah, because I mean, if you just do it as a hobby and you just want to put music out there, that's fine, that's cool, ain't nothing wrong with that. But if you take this as a serious business, I mean, you have to do the proper steps.
Might as well get into it early, because you never know. It only take one. So you can sit here. We could be sitting here right here today, and tomorrow we could be sitting in front of like whoever. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
If you already putting things in place, once that do happen, you already got yourself protected. So you're not gonna let them take advantage of you. But if you coming into it fresh and wide eyed, you like, well, you sign right here. You gonna give me what, $500,000? $10 million signing deal?
And then you stuck in it.
Oh yeah, all right, I'm signing. You know what I'm saying? You don't got nothing ready for yourself. So now when you do go set it up,
in a whole situation when you can't get out of none of your
pay
music,
all that money back.
Yeah, like that's another thing too. I always understand that shit, bro. Like those advances, they always in advance. They want that back.
That's like when you having a street race, someone give you a head start.
Yeah.
A word.
Okay. I want all that back.
Yeah. So we trying to protect our intellectual properties, our creative properties, trademarking. That's why everything is original. From the logo, he told me the name, I drew it out. My man Hard Work Art, he put the little added, emphasis on these things.
Yeah, exactly. I like it. Definitely like it.
We're just trying to keep everything organic, man. For real, like tracks, everything organic. That's who we is. That's who we are, should I say? Let me be grammatically correct.
Not on this show, bro. You good? But
if that's the case, then fucking
Of course, I don't let no artist come on my show and just leave. So You know.
That's funny you said that.
Right on time.
Yeah, she literally just texted me like, "You gonna sing one of your songs?" So she told me, "If so, do way back."
Oh.
See, that's the silent partner, right? Mine's the silent partner.
Nah, when we in the house and recording, she want to hear what y'all working on. Can I hear it? Listen to it. I'm like, matter of fact, the last song I think we was just doing, she like, you sound too low. Back
She
and
know.
redo the whole thing again.
She know
so.
she been around this music thing a long time too.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So I definitely know she know. You know what I mean? It's nothing new to her either. So she wanted that thing to be perfect, just like you do.
Yeah,
Probably even more. You know what I'm saying? She probably have higher expectations of you than you have of yourself. I mean, which is parents actually do. You know what I mean? Because we always want better for our kids. You know what I mean? And you're going through that situation now because you have a child of your own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you always want to make things better for the next
Princess
generation.
Autumn.
You know what I mean?
And she made me the king too, so that's princess right there.
That's what's up. But so let me hear something. I don't care if it's acapella with a track. I don't care.
We're gonna play something for you.
All right. All right.
You got it? No, it's not it.
Not this one, right?
It's not it.
That's
What's at home?
no time.
Hey, but people just hit me up about the show and everything. Of course, y'all know I gotta.
We're gonna get it right for y'all.
Yeah, you know, people. Listen, those are the people that tune into my show. They know there's always some hiccup here and there. You know what I mean? Just give us a moment. We get back on track.
Until you find it, we'll play. This one I was just actually telling you about, the one never knew. I don't know if they can hear it.
They never know that me and you would make it here. But this the proof. Through all the tears, we confessed our fears. We committed to each other while we standing here. But I know. I swear I know that we gon' make it to the very end. Because when we started off, you was my best friend. I told you about my past, I told you about my fears. I did. I said I see you in it, then I shot like you. I got you, you got me. We riding, Kawasaki, we fucking, you coming. I love it, you love it. But they never know that me and you will make it here. But just the proof. Posting pictures on your IG, you did. Hard eyes all around me, they all around. You could've left me when you found me. I swear you could, you did. Now I'm in love. In my system too. I swear, one day I'm in love. I will, and I confess to you. I promise to you. I confess to you. Must be doing. I confess to you. They never know.
That's cool. I like that. Is any of your music online anywhere yet, or everything's still in the safes, in the vaults?
Nah, like everything I've recorded just now, like recently, it's all throwaway.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I got a couple on SoundCloud. I'll be putting all these up on like my Instagram.
Okay.
My Instagram Keng me, KENG_ME. You know, I actually just did a verse to Tory Lanez Forever.
Oh, okay. So you got some freestyle stuff out there that you just.
I'm saying I read it.
Mixtape stuff. I'm saying
yeah.
So put out there for the people.
Yeah, but like I said, the books is where a lot of my real music is at.
Right.
You know, so
you just basically introducing yourself.
I'm filling it out. I'm getting used to learning how to record. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Producing all of that, mastering all of that good stuff. So that's what.
So who making the beats? Who matter of fact, is that original track?
Yeah, that's the one I did.
That's the one he did first take.
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, so
I like that. That's smooth as shit too. I like that.
And that's what I'm going for. I'm like, I'm not the rowdy type. As you can see, if you've been sitting here watching me this whole time, like I'm laid back.
Yeah,
I'm relaxed. Yeah, so that's the way I talk, it's the way I am, and this is how I am all the time. So I'm gonna make my music that's gonna reflect who
you are. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So, and plus, I like the music that make me sit back and relax and feel like I'm like in this little bubble.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Are you ready?
There you go. I had to go to the gram to get it.
They don't say it, but I know that I'm next. I ain't rich, but I swear I'ma get there. Man, bitch, now they knows with a big wheel. I used to ride through the city on my bullshit. Now I'm running for my city as the realest.
So you know what she's saying, right? Mm-hmm. All right, so you about to pause that. You about to spit. We don't need to be for it. Just give them something.
Let me open the MP then.
My freestyle ability is
no, I'm saying you ain't gotta be nothing freestyle. I'm saying just give them a taste of what you got. Know what I mean?
I'm about to look through the phone then.
You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with this. Give me something. You know what I'm saying?
I don't call it bad, she a whole thing. Take it to the jeweler cause he knows rings. My baby, she a rider. Right beside her, 100 miles an hour. Ain't no lame nigga over here. Get my queen of fitness up the chair. Hold on. Cause hold on. We gonna have to bring that one back. Can they find it? Oh, I know.
Mom's over there making she's shooting shots and making directions like like y'all messing up over there. You ain't the right one.
That's why that's exactly why she around. She gonna bring us
the
back.
Right one.
She gonna
catch
not
playing.
Yeah, she gonna get us. Yeah, she gonna get us. I don't know what that one is either, but
yeah, because I got so many sicko tracks.
Oh, so you're not labeling the tracks, man? What's going on?
Nah, it's just
a lot of times that creative process, I just throw a date on it.
You know better than that. You really gotta get a name to it.
Oh, here you go.
There you go. Look.
She put it on first. Yeah, she put it on first.
Everybody on the payroll. Yeah. Everybody.
Which one is that? You put up the video. Oh, my daddy built that studio down in the basement. I was just a little one, didn't know that would change me. I was just trying to be random, now we chasing greatness. And you see the pain in me, and you real too. Now I see myself in Billy Cruz. You know my name one day. The long way. And I had to record this inside the bathroom. You know I had to grind, you know I had to. You know I had to.
Recorded in the bathroom for real.
In my eyes, you can see my pain. In my eyes, you can see my pain.
So basically, what y'all getting is just snippets of
what's
projects of what's coming. Again, all of this stuff, I'm extra prudent with it. Like protection is the best.
Yeah, of course, that's your job.
So
we got anything for everything lined up for, of course, the BMI, the copyrights, and all that stuff is lined up.
ASCAP is already done up. BMI.
Library of Congress is that's a free account as well. You open that.
You still got to send in a hard copy with them copyrights.
No, you don't. Man. Everything electronic now, bro.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir. Matter of fact, if you go, listen, if you do it online, you can send up close up to 40 tracks for $55.
Say less.
Under one project, you put on the one project name. You know what I'm saying, but you send like 40 tracks for $55.
Individual, you had to send them one at a click. Like, okay.
I don't do it online. I've been doing that for the past couple years now.
Say less.
Yes, sir.
I'm already looking. I'm about to go
yes, sir.
Right now. But
that some people, some artists rather just do one project at a time, which is it was a waste of money to me. But it's up to them. I can't control everything they do. But if they give you a maximum of like 40 tracks
for one price.
Smart.
You know
what I mean?
Shout out to the copyright government.
But I don't know. I don't think you. I don't know what you're thinking, but I don't think you out of the woods, nigga.
What you mean?
I
gotta.
Yes, sir.
Here you go. I get it.
So you got to go to the phone too.
It's all like I ain't gonna be selfish.
We got so much on our minds, man. It's hard to keep it all. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna be. I ain't. This is more or less.
He thought he was gonna come over here and not, man. They gonna just put Junior on blast, not gonna do something. He crazy, right?
Because it ain't about me,
Right, you're an artist, right? It's still about this. I said artists cannot come on my show.
All right, well, this is you're gonna get a raw glimpse at.
Yeah, let's give it, bro.
All right, yeah.
Let's go.
Rolling through a city that's deadly
in a stroller with windows that see through. Thoughts say flight, Batman, Dark Knight, Kryptonite, weekend Superman, yet you the real hero. We're an MC blue on the east like a beast. Marathon to a masterpiece. Suitors made backs and Harlem Nights, no deliveries. Just as real ones that's properly giving love that's surgically. Haters no concern for we. Listen to the black man and how to eat. Stay on point like an artist needle. Donate to save a life with a blood drive. Master Paul talk, Elijah he talk, Malcolm and Farrakhan. JJ Evans Dynamite blow days with these good times. When you bust down my lines, it's pure. I can do this night a day, call me I'll be sure. Just do it, no kneeling, thoughts spilling. People still 10 time will feel. Young generation catching the waves. Saying Mr. E is killing it, liking his flow where his beats is raw. Connect with tight ones, help us resurrect stuff. Quick connect, live on set, capable to write, record, direct, reflect, mention, do damage on mics like known legends. Got to jump, stealing my shit, tapping my phone like Bruce Lee. Chinese connect, Trump, trying his best to do us NA. Get a USA, united, separate and agitate.
So he really bring you out of retirement, huh?
Yeah.
So both of y'all producing, making the beats?
Yeah.
I mean, he do it the most. You know, it's always, it hit him. Cause he got the experience with it, so
yeah,
it hit him more than it hit me. Now with me, it's words.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
That's where I'm at. So
yeah,
you see, I'm scrolling through right now, looking at a bunch of notes. It's just everything I've written. You know what I'm saying? Like anywhere, like just now as we was talking, he said, "Rough around the edges, but my heart is pure," or something like that. And I wrote that down. That's gonna be a song.
Yeah. I like that. That's a good punchline, definitely.
Yeah, I listen to everything. I try to take everything in, and just be present. You know what I'm saying? So that's why my music is going to be how it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Once I really learn how to really put it together.
So have you been working on your freestyle, or you will just stick to the written? That's it.
Yeah, because when I write, I can really get out what I want to say. When I'm freestyling, there's so much in my head that's popping up at the same time, and I want to say it, and I go here. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather write it down so I can really put it how I want to put it.
Exactly.
I won't miss nothing. You're gonna get the feeling. You're gonna get
the whole experience and everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
Man, shout out to Tyler the Creator too, man. A lot of people sleeping on him. That dude is a megalodon. Shout out, man.
I have to break down megalodon. I don't know what the hell I
mean. Again, dealing with me, you better walk around with
the dictionary. It's always been like that too. Like
everything we going through right now is being done by ethnomethodologists. Look that up. Ethnomethodologists.
He still ain't break down megalodon. We saying talking about other words. I just want to know what one word was.
The first word.
Get to the next word.
That's what it is. What was that? I gave a shout out to Professor Haywood in the beginning. Sitting in his human communications class, actually turned the knob on the whole literature.
Yeah.
Methods and metaphors, the meaning, because Joker could talk hours, man, and only say one or two words that really convey.
It really makes sense. Yeah.
You know what I mean,
and you said they're having a whole conversation. You said things just like that was a waste of my time.
That's like when you can say shout out to the big homie Jay-Z too. When he do his interviews, you can see him
choosing certain words and saying certain things, especially being that limelight though.
Yeah,
you gotta watch what you say.
Yeah,
I mean, I seen that little interview that they did, little conference they had after he made the decision to work with the NFL.
Right.
I mean, I think it was what's the boy from the Breakfast Club, Charlamagne.
Right.
Charlamagne asked him a question, and you can see him just the thoughts moving in his head, like
what he really want to say.
Yeah, and compared to what he going to say, because you gotta watch what you say on that level, like because people take everything in scrutiny. You know what I'm saying?
Not to go too deep into it, I just want to touch on that. What we're experiencing right now with that brother is similar to what happened when Obama was elected as president.
Pretty much.
Because anytime you have a major figure put in the forefront of us as a people, what happens? They attack their character, assassinate their credibility.
See, that's the one thing. It's hard for them to do the
that
Jay
level. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Jay, Jay came from the hood. Now he told you from all his life, I was a shit. I was a hustler. I was a drug dealer. I treated women like, you know what I'm saying?
Caravan over there off of Phillips Avenue.
You know what I mean? So you trying to assassinate his character. Like, only thing you see for me is growth.
Yeah.
So what you going to assassinate?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I changed my life every step of the way. You know what I'm saying? And made it better every time.
That whole little infidelity thing, and it didn't go
But it
nowhere.
didn't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And in the long run, you're making me a more powerful man. As long as he's doing what you want to do, make him a more powerful man because he's making the right moves.
And you got to be able to be. You got to have that kind of revenue in order to sit at those tables.
Got to.
Get in those
you
positions.
got to admit, yes, because
so
that's the only thing that the people going to listen to. Those people, only thing going to listen to is that money. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so until you get that type of money, they're not going to hear nothing you got to say verbally. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You can be, listen, man. Like, I'm going to have another question I want to ask you because do y'all see the Free Meat?
Mm-hmm. I ain't watch it.
I didn't watch it yet, but he directed that. He
behind that. I mean, just being in that situation. I'm saying because you on parole now. Mm-hmm. Just being in that situation, like how the justice system, I mean, keeps you under wraps for so many years.
All together, it's gonna be 11 years altogether.
That's crazy because he went through the same thing.
5 years outside. I got 5 years parole, and I can't do. I'm going. I didn't took probably like since I've been home a month and a half. I probably took like a drug test every day. That's what it feels like.
And they because they actually parole is a lot stricter than probation. They actually come to your house like piss in the cup for me.
Yeah. She do that. I ain't even say shit, but parole officers do that. You know what I'm saying? You go through those things. You take one in there. You come to the house. You're gonna take one, and then in whatever program they put you in. They got me in the drug program right now. I take one every single week. I was supposed to go today, and I got the schedule for tomorrow.
But you see where you're at. You're doing something constructive.
Exactly.
You know,
it's a whole different life now. Because
and like with parole, like with Meek was saying, I remember catching him on Dr. Oz a couple months back. He was talking about how like he can't even go see his son. His son live in South Jersey. He can't even leave and go see his son whenever he wants. He got to get permission first. That's the same way with me. Like I can't leave out the state. I can't go and stay at somebody's house. You know what I'm saying, like without getting that permission first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's and being that I'm fresh home now, it's like of course they're gonna restrict a lot of things. They want to see like what you the first couple, you know what I'm saying? But still, just to go out of state, go see my sister up in Pittsburgh at law school or whatever.
You can't do that without giving permission. You know what I'm saying? You got to give them a criteria.
Exactly.
A whole, you know what I'm saying?
I can't
turn the itinerary. Yeah,
I can't go to the mall in PA. I got to go to the malls in Jersey. I can't go to PA and go to the mall. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't go get a Philly cheesesteak. You know what I'm saying? I can't dip my toe
in another state without permission.
Exactly. And it's crazy because it's like just like, all right, matter of fact, like I said, I was working 2 jobs. You know what I'm saying? They got me in this program that they had me going in for 3 days a week. I go 1 week individual, it was really 2 days. Other one is like a group discussion with like, you know, preventing like being an addict or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
You know I mean, behavioral stuff like that. So I'm like, bro, I work 2 jobs. I work 12 hours, 7 days a week. I'm like, bro, it's not just going to be impossible for me to make it on the second day. I can come to Tuesday. I'm off the second job on Tuesday. I can make it that Tuesday.
Yeah.
Talked to his supervisor. Was like, she's like, all right, well, I can knock you down in 1 day. Knock me down in 1 day. I go down there 1 day, but I'm still being forced to like do all this extra stuff. When I came home within a month, working 2 jobs. You know what I'm saying?
It's been. I mean, it's the feeling of being a grown man, being told what to do and how to do it is alone is enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I could.
And I work for the state, Jess.
I mean,
I'm in and out of all of these offices just about any given day, any given moment. Like walking in parole, getting buzzed in the back with the lobby full of everybody waiting to see a parole officer. That type of stuff. You know what I mean? Or down at the Justice Complex, walking through the building
and
with like
unfortunately nothing you can do because your hands are tied in this situation.
Exactly. Or even down at the State House. Like, you know what I mean? It's like it's
feel
right
totally
here,
helpless.
but
yeah,
you're trying to grab air.
Especially like this is your son. You know, you want to do everything you can do in your power to help him.
No doubt.
But
and
you know, that makes it like a whole lot impossible.
I'm gonna say it like this: that just made it that much more polarized.
Right.
That made it
because now it's because the person.
Real.
Yeah.
So I even got a line in there. I rage when they try and infect my De Niro. There's something else. Anyway, but, that's real. Like hell, man. Phil, what's up, bro?
Let him know.
Man. That's my man.
Yeah, let him know.
Yeah.
But shit, one more time. Saturday,
No doubt.
Community Day, Saturday, August
All day.
31st.
Oh, hold up, just before you go there.
Yeah.
Yo, the entire city of Trenton, New Jersey. I hope you hear me right now. We got a flag football league, and we need the babies, 4 to 6 year old, little boys and little girls.
Can't forget about the babies. We almost did. We can't forget about the kids.
$30 registration fee. I'm talking the entire city. Like, it ain't just got to be North Trenton or East Trenton. The entire city.
So you tagged that on the video. You post that on the video. Can you comment? Comment that on the video.
Well, yeah, man. And all of the games is right here at the Capital Sports Complex.
Which is brand new, pretty much.
Brand new. Shout out to Troy Vincent for helping making that come through. Major shout out to my man T Stokes who been running this from day one.
Yeah.
All of the coaches that volunteer and help with that. You know,
they are all volunteers. Nobody get paid for that. You know what I mean? Nobody get paid for that. None of the coaches, you know what I mean? None of the team moms. You know what I mean? This is all volunteer work for your kids. You know what I mean? So make sure you're
how many hours? What?
About 5 hours a week? Most?
Give or take.
5 hours a week. Couple practices a week, then the game day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So make sure you put all the information on the comments.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? So they can peep that. Community Day, book bags, live entertainment, food, Saturday, August 31st. You know what I'm saying? At Catwater Park. It says 11 to 7 on the flyer, but the brother's saying 12. I mean, this is shout out to the Fathers and Men United for a better Trenton. I mean, they've been around for a long time doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they can continue on doing their thing and building and you know what I'm saying, making things. Hopefully working on making things better for our city. You know what I'm saying?
All the young brothers out there.
We need y'all to get involved
18,
as well.
Actually, you ain't even got to be 18. Like, if you want to, this is how I got introduced to them. I was working on a whole separate facilitating of it was a documentary called Flow. We was talking about the water and the importance of it and how in other countries it was creating some real catastrophic effects to people over there. And here we are over in America, you know, we got Dasani water, you know, you got all these multiple brands of water, but it's stuff coming from the same source. Like how you take a natural resource, bottle it up and sell it. That's like, you know, without going too far off on a tangent on that. I'm sitting in that, and it was two of the gentlemen from Fathers and Men there. And, you know, on the round table, when you're doing the icebreaker and you're introducing yourself, they start explaining some of the stuff that they were involved in. And that caught me. So I was like, let me go check one of their meetings out, which I did. I'm like, okay. What's the criteria? How would I be able to become a member? You come to a succession of meetings, you know, all that good stuff. All right, cool. Now, here I am, 5 years deep right now. Like, and it's like, again, the network, sure. I want to say maybe more. It feel like more. But each individual member in that organization is either tied to a local church or got a family member that's in city, state, you know, county government, things of that nature. So again, the infrastructure of that ability to really create some change is already there. We just got to communicate more.
You bridge the gap.
Bridge the gap, man.
And this is one of the ways to do it. This Community Day. It's coming Saturday, 31st. Also, I got to give a shout out to my people out in Bromley. Their annual back to school event over at Bromley Park, right there off East State Street. That's also this Saturday as well. Yeah. Like I'm be bouncing back and forth. You know what I mean? So
everybody trying to come out for the community, man.
Yeah, got community. Too. I mean, it's got to be done, man. Because if not, it's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying, it's not going to change.
For real.
You know what I'm saying, there's going to be no change if we can't get together and make something happen. And it takes everybody. You know what I'm saying? We just can't sit here and talk about it. It takes a lot of action and putting in work. And if you're scared to put in the work, then go to fucking where else, man. Because I want my city to be better than what it is.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I mean?
Everybody say you know, change only come when you're sick and tired. Nah, I don't want to get sick
and tired.
I want to get tired of doing this.
No. So
that's just me.
Before we go about it though, shout outs and everybody know where they can find you at, man.
Instagram, Keng, Keng_me. So I'm back in the shirt. There you go. KENG_me. You know, Instagram. I don't really got Twitter, Facebook, nothing like that.
He will though. I'm about to
Website
bring that
coming
into
soon.
his mental because social media, this platform. You come from that platform, you got to use all those platforms. So believe me, I know.
Other than that, I mean, besides that, you know, shout out my brother, my right hand man, to Lil Brown. Okay, that's my producer.
Big
Bill.
Bill.
You know what I'm saying? We actually working on some things right now, and I'm supposed to be in the studio with him on Sunday. I kind of like skipped out on him.
You can't be flaking, man.
But I mean, he's busy too. He's working on a lot of things.
No doubt.
You know, that's my brother, man. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, of course, you know, mention my sister, my other brother, and stuff like that. It ain't too far after that, though. You know, when you go through your situation, man, you'll find out who's really with you, who ain't.
Hell yeah,
so,
especially
that's why I call him my brother, man. He was from day one. I call him about pictures, money, get in contact with certain people for me. He did it for me, man.
That's what's up. You always got. It's good to have a brother like that. You know what I'm saying? Go hold you down. You know what I'm saying?
Quantity over quality.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Of course, you know, Princess Aubrey. Princess Aubrey, man. You know I love you. Oh yeah, him and my brother and my daughter, they got the same birthday.
Okay, that's like
they got the same birthday.
Yeah, that's kind of ironic, huh?
Pete, what's even crazier? Him and his grandfather is 2 days off from the birthday from each other. Me and Aubrey 2 days off.
Hers
Everything happens for a reason,
my
bro.
dad's was the 3rd.
That's everything for a reason, bro. You know that. You know the science.
Hey, that's it. You know what? Just real quick, there's a science in the music. Like once you get into, anybody can tap a pad and come up with a composition, but you got to know the frequency, the tone, and the pitch of the sound, because we're all vibrational beings. All of this right now is just you seen the Matrix. All right, I'm gonna just leave it right there. That's we are energy, man. Look, what Donald Lawrence say, let me be spiritual. We are spirits living in these physical bodies. We're not physical beings living out some spirituality stuff. So don't get it confused. This world will have you tripped up, and dyslexia reign very heavy on you. So, you know.
And listen, if y'all need further definition, hit this brother up directly. He will explain it to you even more.
I will.
It's always a pleasure. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you could one before that. The other one,
no methodology.
Yeah. Hey, let me know where they can find you at, E.
Hey, you can find me. You can type me in on Facebook. Thought73 on the gram. Type me in, Errick Wiggins. You can run across my YouTube page. You might, matter of fact, get some SoundCloud stuff out there as well. Same thing. I don't really go by a whole bunch of different monikers and pseudo names and things of that nature. Again, keeping it organic.
No doubt.
But, you know, man, just holler at me. It ain't no deal. If you got my number, holler.
Yeah.
Wiggins Entertainment, Wiggins Entertainment Group, and Keng Records.
King Records.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely be on the lookout for all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely got some good music coming out. You know what I'm saying?
You know, Instagram, Keng me, Keng E, KENG_me. I actually just put up a post today. You know, quick little
something for people.
Quick little sign. You know, to Tory Lanez forever. You know, I'm just trying to show y'all like I can jump on anything. There's gonna be some more because I'm singing to you and everything. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna show you.
Listen, if you're an artist, man, you're an entertainer. You know what I'm saying, you're supposed to express yourself in all facets. Now, I mean, if you can do it, do it.
As a matter of fact, anybody that's watching, if like I said, go to my Instagram. You can comment on any one of the pictures. If you want me to get on, do a song, put a verse to a song, so I can show you I can do it. You put that song on there. I'll do what I do to it. Simple as that.
Hey, I had a challenge right there. You know what I'm saying, so put something up there and we'll lace it. You know what I mean? Of course, my usual shout outs. To the family, wife, kids, everybody. My man, Blessed Child. I'm saying sponsor for the Blog Talk Radio. Of course, Miss Howard. You know what I'm saying, here at Healthy Howard's Healthy Choices Community Culture Center. She's telling me to lock up. That's not my head for y'all. Of course, y'all know we usually run the show like an hour, but I had my man E-Wigs on the day, so I had to run at least the extra half. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Which is all good. So listen, check, couple announcements, man. comedy show is coming back next month, the 21st. Taking My Funny Bone. It's gonna be off the hook as usual. 1 year anniversary. You know what I'm saying, shout out to Danielle, my man Top Flight. I'm saying #1 host in the tri-state. Once again, man, it's Global Unlimited Podcast. We'll be back next week. I got some. This month will be crazy with the guests. I mean, this is just the beginning right here. Like y'all been seeing the shows, man. They be off the hook. You know what I mean? Either from some very important information to the upcoming entertainment world. So y'all make sure y'all definitely tune in. You know what I mean? Global Unlimited Podcast. We out of here. Peace.
Yeah, 2020 is gonna be more.